$100,000. Some dream of reaching this number as a salary, others dream of reaching it in their portfolio. Arguably, one is more important than the other. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to guess which one's more important in the comment section below. At the end of this video, you'll get the answer to that question. Today, I'll be explaining why everything changes once you reach that $100,000 mark in your investments. I'll make sure to answer that question by the end of this video, so just hold on. Today, I'll be explaining why everything changes once you reach that $100,000 mark in your investments. Now, why $100,000 specifically? I'll explain. Consider an investment that yields 7% annual return. Now, I'll give you guys an example to kind of illustrate this. Consider an investment that yields a 7% annual return. The S&P has historically yielded 8% on average, but let's be conservative here. Starting with $100,000, you'd earn $7,000 in your first year. If you continue to invest and maintain that return, the growth in subsequent years becomes significantly larger. This acceleration is due to the increasing base of your investments, which amplifies the impact of each year's return. It's simply compounding interest. Take a look at this graph. After investing the first 100K, the next 100K would take on average 5.10 years. The next 100K would take 3.78 years, then 3.01 years. You see the pattern. Eventually, with 900K invested, it would take 1.35 years to reach another 100K. This is the power of compound interest. The first 100K took 5 years, the next 100K took 3 years, and then the last 100K before a million took only 1 year. This is why I express urgency of getting to that first 100K invested. I know it seems like a large number, trust me, I understand, but you gotta start. Let's use an example. Here are a couple strategies of getting there as soon as possible. Now let's use an example of a person making 50K a year. Saving $100,000 on an average salary of $50,000 a year is kind of a challenging goal, but it is possible. You just gotta use the right strategies and have a lot of discipline. To achieve this, you'll need a combination of focused savings and cutting expenses. The first thing you could do is aggressively budget and cut your expenses as much as possible. The first step is just have a clear picture of where your money's going. Use budgeting tools like Mint or some other software. You can use my spreadsheet linked in the description below. Use a spreadsheet, some sort of app or website, whatever, to track your expenses. By doing that, you can see where to cut unnecessary expenses. A couple could include your housing. This could mean downsizing, finding cheaper rent, possibly moving back with your parents, whatever it means. Obviously, don't take it to the extreme. I don't want you guys to be homeless to invest money. But yeah, you guys know what I mean. Possibly getting a roommate, that kind of stuff. Now, food is a big one. Trust me, I love ordering food. I love food, but food can be expensive. One way to just save money on food is simply buying it from the grocery store. Meal prepping. I obviously don't expect you guys to cook every meal unless you have the time to do that, but just meal prep. There's a bunch of recipes online. Easy, prepare it for the week. It saves you a bunch of money, and you can make some pretty good food. If you guys want to take it to the extreme, you guys can use coupons, buy food that's on discount, but I don't expect you guys to take it that far. A big one is auditing your subscriptions. I have a bunch of subscriptions that I had to cancel at the beginning of this year, just because I didn't realize I had them. Netflix, Hulu, all these subscriptions. If you guys have gaming consoles, you know, the online subscriptions for those. There's just subscriptions for a bunch of stuff. Check if you guys have anything. Check if you have any subscriptions that you don't use, that you forgot to cancel, and cancel them ASAP. You'd be surprised how much this can add up to. Now, a big thing is transportation. You guys can easily cut down on these costs. If you do own a car, it's kind of hard to cut down. But if you don't own a car, consider public transit, carpooling, even a bike. Cars nowadays are super expensive to maintain. You know, you gotta pay for insurance, fuel. If you didn't buy it in cash, you need to pay the monthly payment. So all those things kind of add up, and it is a big expense for most people. Now, the second step to kind of reaching this goal of 100K as soon as possible is setting up a high yield savings account or an investment account. Now, what I do is I put a certain amount in a high yield savings account. This is the amount like for emergencies, whatever that may be for you. Consider just like 6 months of your wage. Just consider like 6 months of living expenses and put that in a high yield savings account. I wouldn't invest it. I love to keep some cash on the side just in case of emergencies, especially in a market like this. If an emergency happened and all my money was in the stock market, I'd have to sell it for a loss, and I don't want to do that. So always keep money in a high yield savings account, not too much, because you always want to, you know, put as much as you can in the market. But yeah, make sure you guys have a high yield savings account and a event. So yeah, guys, make sure you have a high yield savings account and a investment account, so you're prepared for both. In the investment account, I'd recommend just basic stuff, ETFs, S&P 500, NASDAQ, some good blue chip stocks. I kind of delve deeper into that on other videos on my channel. Check them out. Now, the third step is obviously just increasing your income. I know it's not that simple, but nowadays there are a lot of side gigs, side hustles. A couple I can name is what you're doing right now, not what you're doing, but what you're watching. YouTube is a great side hustle. It is not immediate. It might take a year, 2, 3 to actually see some return. But if you guys have the passion for it, I'd recommend starting a YouTube channel. There is potential for a lot of upside. Other ways you guys can have side hustles. Other side hustles include Fiverr. You can sell your services there if you guys have any skills. DoorDash, Uber Eats, those are easy ones. A big one that you guys don't consider is eBay. eBay is a big one. All of us have stuff we don't need, sell it on eBay. Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, clothes you don't need, sell that. There's a lot of money you can make doing that. Now, a big one a lot of people don't do because they're shy or they're scared of repercussions is asking for a raise or finding a higher paying job. A lot of people get comfortable. They don't want to change their jobs. They're comfortable. They get by, so they don't really ask for a raise. They're scared they'll get fired or something if they ask for a raise, or they just don't feel like doing it. Guys, don't be scared to ask for a raise. I suggest you always look for a higher paying job. Even if you're comfortable, just keep looking. Sometimes you'd be surprised at where you can get a job at. Sometimes you'd be surprised at where you can get a job at. Now, the last one is kind of iffy. It depends on you and your personality, but I always recommend starting a business. All of us have some skills in something. You can make a business out of it nowadays, whether that's online business, Shopify, e-commerce, starting a hair salon, whatever you're good at, make it into a business. It is not that simple, I know, but just keep it in the back of your head because it is a good way to kind of grow your income. Now, the last thing is very, very simple. Just write down your goals, set a certain amount you're going to save each month, your goal, or at least like your goal of how much you want to save and invest each month, and kind of visualize your progress. I do this by kind of doing a to-do list every single day. For the month, I have a sticky note on my monitor telling me like my goals for the month. If I reach them, I put a check mark next to it. If I don't, I put an X, and the next month I just put it back on the goal list, just so it's always on my mind whenever I go to my computer. It's there. Setting a clear plan and a timeline on your goals makes it feel more attainable. Obviously, that 100,000 mark sounds unattainable to a lot of us, but if you do it step by step, 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month, 3,000 a month, invested, that compounds. By a couple of years, it grows. Who knows what happens in the market? You'll be at 100K before you know it. Trust me, it's possible, guys. It's not that complicated. It just takes dedication. Another thing I want to add is make sure you take advantage of your tax advantaged accounts. I know this the hard way because I paid a lot of taxes. Please contribute to your RRSP if you're in Canada, 401k, or IRA or TFSA if you're in Canada. Tax advantage accounts, basically. Maximize them as much as you can because you don't want to give your money to the government if you don't need to. By following that list of kind of guidelines, steps, whatever you guys want to call it, I'm just speaking my mind here, you guys will be able to get to 100K. Hopefully, you follow this list. It's kind of a rough idea. Bear with me here. But guys, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Honestly, getting to 100K, it takes a lot of time, but if you guys listened at least, once you reach that 100K, the next 100K is easier. The 100K after that's easier. And before you know it, you're at 1 million. So join me on this journey so I can get to 1 million. Use my links in the description below. We got some affiliate links. If you guys want to get $25 on your Wealth Simple, you got 25, I get $25. I'd appreciate if you guys click that link. Join Wealth Simple if you're in Canada. I'll ask you guys one last question. Before I end this video, I want to ask you guys one question. How long do you want to set as your target to reach 100K? Is your goal, your timeline, like 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years? Maybe we can break it down together and come up with a more personalized plan for you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. I want to work with you guys. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below what your plan is, your goals. I'll try to help you guys out with as much knowledge as I know. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Check out our other videos and make sure you're subscribed because I plan on making more finance videos. All right, peace.